then you're going to be mixing some of the white with some black to create a gray. We'll do that right here. You want to get a medium gray. And we'll go over grayscale down at the opposite end. And in this case, we're going to start with the gray over here and work our way down with it. You definitely need to make sure you have enough paint in your brush to move pretty far with it. And then once again, you'll have your red on the opposite side over here. And I'm going to grab a little bit of water to help me with blending these two together. One thing I'm noticing is that this gray transition goes a little farther into the red than I really want it to. So I'm going back in here with some red paint, and I'm going to move my red a little farther down. And then I'm going to work back in here with my gray and blend that through. So that's a pretty good example of a grayscale, and that is doing a tone. And then we're going to go one more time and do shade. And the shade, same sort of principle. We're going to start with the black at one end, and I've got a pretty wet brush here, so the paint is moving really consistently for me. And then, oops, sorry, I can't really see that. And then I'm going to be going from the opposite end with the red, coming over here. One thing I want to caution you against is getting too much paint in the ferrule of the bristles, so you see how far up that is on the bristles themselves. If I'm turning that sideways for you, that is really hard to control. So you want to wipe some of that off so that it's not really all that far up on there, but it's mostly like on the tip of the bristles, which will let you control where it goes. So we're going to move down here with this red. The other thing you're going to notice is how far I go with one color versus the other. So the thing is, whichever is darker out of the two that you're mixing, you're going to want to mix farther over with the lighter. So in this case, in the first case, the red obviously was darker than the white, and so I took the white farther into the red. In terms of the gray and the gray has a tendency to overpower the tint of the red because it's a little bit darker, and so I took the gray a little bit farther into the red and kind of brought some red back into it so that it wasn't too far. And in this case, because the black can overpower the red really easily, I am being cautious to take that red, I took it about halfway, as opposed to just a quarter of the way, which I did with the other one. So I should end up with a nice medium transition on all three.